First, measure out 1,000 grams of flour. If you're using fresh milled flour like me, measure 1,000 grams of wheat berries before you mill the grain. Next, you're going to add 700 grams of room temperature apple cider or apple juice. Mix that together really well until all of the flour is incorporated. Then cover the dough and let it rest for about an hour on the counter. After an hour has passed, add in 200 grams of your favorite sourdough starter and about 80 grams of honey. Next, you'll add 20 grams of salt and then mix everything together until it's well combined. Cover the dough and let it rest in a warm place for about an hour. And in the meantime, cut and grate 2 large apples and a couple handfuls of soft caramel candy. After your dough has rested for that hour, you're going to start your first set of stretch and folds. During this set of stretch and folds, you're going to add in all of the shredded apple and half of the caramel candy. You will do this first set of stretch and folds for 10 full minutes. Cover the dough and let it rest for 30 minutes, and then you're going to do a second set of stretch and folds, but this time for 2 minutes. Cover and rest for 30 minutes, followed by 2 more minutes of stretch and folds, and then, we're going to repeat that. Rest for 30, and then do 2 final minutes of stretch and folds. This time you're going to let the dough rest for about 2 hours in a warm spot. Lightly flour your working area and gently turn the dough out. Next, divide your dough into either 2 pieces or 4 pieces. I will give you cooking times for both. Gently shape one of the pieces of dough into a rectangle and cover the top with caramel pieces. You will then shape the dough into a bowl just like you would any other loaf of sourdough. Y'all, my kids had their friends over and they were just being ridiculous this whole time. I made 1 big loaf and 2 smaller loaves for this batch. Once you've formed all of your bowls, flip them into nicely floured bannetons and let them proof on a counter or in a warm spot for up to 2 hours. Then you're going to cover them and let them rest in the fridge overnight. Preheat a Dutch oven to 475, and once that's done, take one of your loaves out of the fridge and score it however you like. I dusted the top of mine with some cinnamon sugar. Place the cold dough into your preheated Dutch oven, and you're going to bake it covered for 23 minutes at 475 and then uncovered for 18 minutes at 450. If you divided your dough into fourths, you're going to do the same thing for the smaller loaves, but you're going to bake it covered for 18 minutes at 475 and then take the lid off and bake it uncovered for 13 minutes at 450. These loaves turned out so pretty, and they're just oozing with warm, gooey caramel. If you try this recipe, let me know what you think.